Welcome to Rangers Radio on the Matchday show, the world's one and only unique live phone-in show for Rangers supporters all over the world. Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972. It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
Well, good morning and welcome to Rangers Radio. Join myself, Ox, here on the show this evening. Is Robert. Morning, Robert.
Morning, Ox. Hope you're well, mate. What a day this could be.
I'm better than you, mate.
I'm actually okay, mate. I'm not as bad as AK on a Sunday, that's for sure, but I'm actually okay, mate. Enjoyed myself last night.
You're lucky I wasn't there, mate.
Oh, I know the night suit.
I know, right. Just before we get the team, just give us a wee quick update how that went last night. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, it was fantastic, mate. Fantastic. Really good night. Place was rocking, buzzing. Everybody that was attended was full voice, and that's what we're expecting today at Stadium as well, mate. Everybody's ready to go. The battle fever was well and truly upped last night, and a lot of positivity going into the game today. Not just from supporters, but from Danny Rowe himself, who made an appearance, mate. And his words, if his words are anything to go by, what he said to us last night, to these players today, mate, he's got them fired up because he got us fired up last night.
Right. Hope the players are a lot more sober than you were when they were speaking to you.
Well, who knows? Hopefully, mate, hopefully.
Okay, mate, I believe you've got the team before we get the phone lines open quickly, mate, yeah?
Yeah, certainly, mate. Today's team is Butland, Sterling, Suter, Fernandez, Romans, Chukwuani, Raskin, Moore, Scove-Olsen, Chermiti and Nadiri. The substitutes are Kelly, Magoma, Giga, Tavernier, Asgard, Bairami, Gisama, Diamondi and Miovski.
Right, well, same team as we played against Hearts, mate. So it's 4-4-2, 4-2-2-2, whatever you want to dress it up as, mate. We've got the two men up front. We debated long and hard that conundrum on Friday night and how we thought it would come about, yeah?
He's obviously selected, made the team that, as you said, played Hearts, although we gave away 2 goals to them. Arguably, it's been our best performance this season, and the energy that team brought to Hearts in particular, coming from behind twice to go and win the game. He's obviously selected the same guys to go and do the job today. But you look at the bench as well, Ox, it's a strong bench. There's players there that can come and make impacts as well.
Listen, apart from Cornelius and Barron, mate, everybody's available, which is pretty remarkable at this time of the season, isn't it, really? If you think where we've been in the past.
It is, and the 2 guys are far away as well, Ox. They're back in training. Obviously, they'll be doing their individual work before they join up with the group, but they're needing returns into the fold, and they're probably going to be needed, and they'll certainly bring added quality and depth into the final games of the season that's coming up, mate. So it is good to have a full squad at this stage of the season where possible.
Aye, we're turning for him, mate. Let's go and do it today. And quickly, if you want, mate, just shout out their team and then we'll move on for that, mate.
Yep, no worries, mate. They're going with Sinisalo, Arojo, Murray, Scales, Tierney, McGregor, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Nygren, Yang, Maeda, and Adamu. I won't bother with the subs, mate.
What was that goalie's name?
Sinisalo. Need to be very careful how you pronounce that one. Sinisalo.
Jimmy Savile to me. I just don't know, mate. You know what I mean?
That was a talking point for them during the week, mate, the goalkeeper situation, but Schmeichel's not in the squad at all today. So, there you go.
That's a blow, isn't it?
It is a blow. I was hoping he was starting, to be honest, mate.
Aye. Okay, so, look, big game, and people might be questioning Scove-Olsen's, but the manager's brought him in. Must trust him, mate, yeah?
He's a guy that he's obviously came with experience and kind of the qualities and abilities that he's got. We've not seen it come to fruition. We've seen glimpses of what he can do. I think a lot of our support, myself included, we're maybe expecting a wee bit more from him at this stage, given the game time he's had. But you're bringing a player like that in January. These are the games that you bring him in for. So, again, I wouldn't have started him. I had Diamondi in and going with a 3 midfield, but trust Danny Rule. He's got his team selections right, and it's the same team as you said that played Hearts, dominated that game, and won a game 4-2, coming from behind twice. So if they can put the same emphasis in attacking ways and cut out any mistakes that we had in that Hearts game, then that team is more than good enough to go and get 3 points today.
Aye, any victory today, any victory. I was caught up reading their team out there, mate, looking at their team, but did we play the jingle?
We did not, mate.
Let's hear from these.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
I might have to get tested for something, mate. Aye, look, mate. I said Scott Volson, I would say he was the only one that's got any drama around about his selection. If I'm being honest, John Suter in form, but I did say on Friday night, as you know, mate, I think he would be playing, you know, and I think the manager, he's number 1 or 2 centre half he is, and he starts. I don't think he's been great the last few weeks. That's just my opinion. Other people might see it different, mate.
You certainly, Giga, since, as you said on Friday night, mate, Giga since the AFCON has been doing pretty well. But the thing for Suter is, Suter's our player. He signed the contract, so that back four, mate, is our players. There's no lone players on there in that back line. But Suter's got experience. Yes, he's got mistakes in him. Every player has. But what Suter does do is he will give his all. He will put his head in where it hurts. He will put his body on the line. And I think the experience that he brings to that back line, particularly next to Fernandes, is a stronger pairing for me, mate. So it is no surprise that he is in. Form has been questionable, but the experience, I think, plays a big part in that as well. I know that kind of contradicts with the right back option, but I think that's self-explanatory, mate, if I'm honest.
Pace and power, mate. Tav's lost half a yard. Big Sterling's pacey and powerful, you know. Different type of player for Tav. I don't think he's as likely to sneak up the other opposition goal or cause problems there, but he'll do his number 1 job, arguably better than Tav. And that's not a criticism to Tav. Tav's Tav, mate. We know what you get, yeah.
Yeah, as I said, pace, power, and I think first and foremost, more solid defensive on that right hand side. They use their wings quite effectively. I'm surprised that they've not went with their man on the left, Tanekti, and they've went with Maeda. But I think the last time Sterling and Maeda went up against each other, Maeda had no sniff in. Sterling had him in his pocket. He's got the pace, he's got the power. And I just think it makes the back line look stronger, mate. There's no room for mistakes and ball watching, caught out of possession. And I think first and foremost, as you say, Sterling gives you that defensive attributes more than attacking threat. Roman's on the other side, though. He'll do both duties. I fully expect him to make up the park where possible, but he's got the defensive abilities to get back.
I don't know if you've watched him, Roman. See, when he does go forward, mate, he does everything to get back in position, doesn't he?
Aye, no matter where the ball is in the pitch as well, mate, the ball could be out for a goal kick, and I've noticed that he's not enough full-on sprinting to get back into position. The mindset of just reset and go again, that's a good mentality thing to have.
Aye. It is, mate. It certainly is, mate. I like him, as I've said. You know, I don't want to curse him today, mate. Hopefully, he's a man of the match performance and we win the game, and he's set up a couple of goals going forward as well. But I really don't care, mate. I really don't care as long as we win. I don't think they'll enjoy Chermiti and Derry, mate.
No, they certainly won't. I think they would have probably imagined we'd have went with one striker. In the past, we've went with one. Going with two, it's a different kettle of fish, as you know. The movement in the Deary, I think, could be very important. You've also got Moore as well, who can drift from the side. But their backline today, mate, Scales and the young boy Murray, it's going to be a big test for them. And I think the pace and power that Nadiri and Chamiti can do in the movement could cause them a few problems. And then it brings in your wingers into play as well, mate. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how we approach the game and how much we can actually attack that back line, because that is inexperienced. Other than Tierney, there's a lack of experience in there, mate, for them.
I think our Carl's joined it. Morning, Carl.
Wunderschönen guten Morgen zum jeder Rangers-Anhänger über die ganze Welt.
And morning to you too, Carl.
It's great, isn't it? It's great to be a blue nose. And it doesn't matter what happens today, I'll still be a blue nose. And so will you be, by the way. But are any nervous?
Always, mate. Always.
Same here. Same here.
It doesn't change, mate. Yeah, whether it's Tiddlywinks, a big game against them, nervous, mate. Yeah.
Oh, I've always been the same, Ox. I can't think for the first Rangers Celtic game I went to over 50 years ago, you know, to the new. I've always been a nervous wreck.
I get it, mate. I get it.
I quite like the look of the team.
Aye.
That's all you can say. I mean, that's what we've got. We'll go with it. We've put out and won with worse teams.
Of course. I'm hoping now that if that's the Niggles gone and that's Narderi and Sterling going to be back up for every week available, because the game's calmed down a wee bit. All right, there's a couple of fixtures you have midweek, but it's not like it was, Robert, yeah?
Aye, exactly, mate. There's time for recovery and rest. If players do pick up niggles, as you say, you're not going a Sunday, Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, whatever it may be. It's now almost week by week. You probably until you get into the split and you'll get a midweek fixture, but it's important how the players do rest and recover if they do get niggles. But as you said, only having two guys who are got a bit of an injury concern at the moment, but are coming back to fitness, then Danny Rose done well with managing the injuries and the niggles that he's had during this time here.
Right, okay, lads. Look, I'm going to go and let somebody else come on. So, see, when I do go, will you read out the substitute bench, please? Because I didn't quite catch it. So, if he doesn't... What?
Just for you, Carl, we'll do the whole team.
Right, don't let anybody else listen to you, Ox.
All right.
Because I'll check up on it, you know. Right, okay, I'll see you later. Bye, have a wonderful afternoon, lads.
Cheers, Carl. Enjoy the game, mate.
Oh, you've got one task today, Robert. He's hung up. And if you can give us the team quietly and then give us the substitutes loudly for Carl.
No worries, mate. It's Butland, Sterling, Suter, Fernandez, Romans, Chukwuani, Raskin, Moore, Scove Olsen, Chermiti, and Nadiri. The substitutes, Carl, are Kelly, Magoma, Giga, Tavernier, Asgard, Bairami, Gisama, Diamondi, and Miovski.
Arguably our strongest bench, mate. Yeah. When you think back at times, I was just thinking when you talked about that, made that point about loan players, and you know, obviously we've still got Scove Olsen and Mikey Moore, but the back four, Magoma, Dejiga, and Aarons was at the start of the season, yeah.
Yep.
And now Sterling, Fernandez, and Romans, mate. The physicality is night and day, yeah.
That is, mate. And then you fling in Chukwuani in there as well, mate, in the middle of the park. Who's
swap him for Barron, mate. Swap him for Barron and think of the physicality, mate. Yeah.
Aye, it's night and day, mate. I think Danny Rose obviously seen the lack of physicality, which we've all seen since the start of the season, and we've spoke about it in great detail. He's went and got signings who are not just tall in stature, they're physical in strength, power, speed. He's building a really strong physical side here, mate. And obviously you've got the likes of Mikey Moore and Scove Olsen, who Scove Olsen's still tall, but they're your quick flair players meant to be the kind of.
You reckon Mikey about 6 feet?
I don't think he's far off it, mate, to be honest with you. He doesn't look a slouch in height.
What are you, 6'1"?
I wish. 5'1".
Oh dear, I'll check that out, Mikey Moore, you know. We'll go Mikey Moore, I'm glad you mentioned him, mate. Would you like to hear from him?
Always, mate.
And I'll check out what size he is, mate. Let's hear from Mikey Moore.
A big one this afternoon, Old Firm derby at Ibrox. How are you feeling ahead of it?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to play the game, and yeah, it's another massive game for us. So I'm just excited to get out there.
I'm sure you'll have good memories of the last one. How much do you relish playing in these sort of occasions?
Yeah, it's the games you want to play in. So when you come up here, you get told about this game and you want to play in it. So hopefully we go and pick up 3 points and hopefully a good performance as well.
In terms of the performance, what's going to be important today to have that edge?
Yeah, I think we got to show fight, and we got to play with intensity. So we're going to go out knowing what they're going to bring and the occasion that we're going to be playing in. So yeah, just a massive opportunity for us to make a statement, really.
Yeah, like you say, the opportunity. The league is so tight at the moment. What would a win do for the squad today?
Yeah, I think it can lift us, and all the fans can get behind us. So yeah, it's just about focusing ourselves and trying to close the gap on the top of the league. So yeah.
What's been the manager's message heading into this one?
Yeah, he's been clear that we're only out here for a win in this game. So yeah, just to go out, enjoy it, and not be afraid of the occasion. So yeah, it's a big opportunity for us.
It was a really special atmosphere in here against Hearts the last time out. How important can that be today too, and how much do you feel that as players on the pitch?
Yeah, when the fans are behind us, you feel it. It's one of the best places in the world to play in. So yeah, it would be a massive part of us winning today. So yeah, hopefully they can get behind us and enjoy the game.
Why don't you give us a call on 0141 356 1972? It's your show, it's your platform. Let's hear from you.
$5'11", mate. $5'11".
Well, there you go. The stud Johnny's about 6 foot then, eh?
He's still make me grow, mate.
It is, but I liked what he said there. The message from the manager, mate. Play the game, not the occasion. And I think that's an important statement to make. You can get lost in the game and you can get overhyped with the occasion. You can get embroiled and stuff. Everything can build on the shoulders, particularly the young players. But play the game, not the occasion, and do the football and let the talking on the pitch matter the most than anything else that's been said in the week, mate. That's an important statement from me.
Just the jungle that is Scottish football, mate, and the vipers that's in it, try to stir up stories that aren't there, mate, yeah?
Oh, we're not surprised, Alex. It's what they do best. They've done it for years and they'll continue to do it. And any comments that were made last week, I'm sure they'll be picked up on either side of the city after today's result as well. And they'll put their spin on it as well.
Right, we've got your mate that you were out with last night, you know?
Oh, let's hear from him.
Every time you're out with Rangers Radio, you're out with legends, aren't you?
I am. Met a few there last night as well that we met last time as well. They were out as well. Quite a good crowd last night, mate.
Just shows you. Let's hear from your gaffer, Danny Rowe.
Danny, Celtic at home. How much are you and the squad looking forward to this one?
We're looking forward for this game. Will be an exciting game. We want to perform well. We want to show our fans a good a game, and of course we try everything to win this game. It would be a fantastic afternoon for us, and for this we prepared the whole week. This game.
What do you think is going to be key to getting that positive result today?
I expect at first a game who's very even. I think there will be a lot of duels. Could be then also sometimes there's no rhythm in the game. All the things what I expect. But I want to see a good team who's organized from our side, looking forward, attacking forward. Have some good actions, because it's important that we bring the crowd straight behind us in good moments to create a good atmosphere and all these things. Yeah, we want to see. I think in this game it's about a right balance between be very emotional but have also a clear mindset what we want to do, and if we can bring this on the pitch, then we have a strong group, not just on the pitch and also off the pitch, on the bench. Good players, a lot of players available. Was at first a tough decision who is in the squad, who not, and then it was a tough decision on some positions who will start today, but we know we need everyone.
Yeah, just on your team, how big a boost is it to get Dujon back for this one?
Yeah, Dujon is back, that helps. I think he's a great defender, but we know, and it was the last time against Hearts as well, tough come on and helped to win the game. We had on the 6, 3 good sixers at the moment. All the 3 guys good in shape. It's hard for Dio, but I know when I can bring Dio on, he makes always an impact. have some good winger options. I think all in all, I'm happy with the group. They take this. I think this is crucial at the moment. Even when you're not start, be a teammate, a good teammate, and help the other players on the pitch.
You mentioned the Hearts game there. How much confidence and belief can your players take from that one?
Yeah, general. I think in the last couple of weeks, months, we took a lot of points. We beat Celtic away. We beat Hearts at home. I think good games we made so far. Now it's important, to try to take the next win. It is still a long season to go. It's with this game 10 games to go. A lot of things could be happened. We try to take our points step by step, and we will try everything until the end. And this is for me most important key, that we stick now together as a club, as a fans, as a team until the end. And after the season we can speak about the summary of the season, no problem. But now it's all in. Bring the noises in the stadium and have an atmosphere what we need.
Thanks for that. I don't know. I didn't know if that was Danny Rowe or Carl back in the phone there.
He speaks sense, mate, doesn't he? He does speak sense. He's very clear and quite precise in what he's wanting from the team today and how he's going to approach it, but also the fans, the energy that they can bring. We've seen it against Hearts, how much an impact that can have. But obviously the players have got to do the business on the pitch as well. But I'm sure the fans will be loud and proud as always, mate.
Right. We talked about Michael, Stephen, Danny Moore. So obviously Mikey is after Michael Moore, Stephen after Stephen Davis, Danny after Danny Rule, and even his surname's Craig Moore. So the connection was there. I just looked, mate, that I remember that he started the last game at Ibrox when we played them. Right, I'm going to put you in the spot, no looking, no quick, and I want you to try and name the 11 and the 5 substitutes quick that started that day.
Oh, right, okay. Butland, Tavernier, it'd be Giga, Cornelius, Magoma, Baron, Raskin, Moore, Gassama, Chermiti.
Right, substitutes.
Miofsky, Asgard, Aarons.
Are you ready?
Go for it.
Butland, Tavernier, Giga, Suter, Magoma.
Right.
Bannon, Diamondi, Castleman, Askan, Moore, and Miofsky. Substitutes: Ant-Man, Dessers, Bajami, Rothwell, and Curtis, mate.
Wow.
So in the starting line, Butland, Suter, and Moore are the only survivors, mate. And the substitutes: Ant-Man's no, well, he's on the bench. Is he on the bench? Dessers is gone, Rothwell's gone, Curtis is on loan, and Bajami's on the bench, mate. Yeah.
Aye, Ant-Man's not in the squad, mate. He's not been in the squad for a few weeks. Wonder he's the player.
She said he was ill, mate. She said he was ill. We've not seen him, have we?
No, we've not. And he looked alright too when he came back into the fold. Showed some good glimpses, but as you say, mate, that's a big turnaround there in personnel and the qualities, the abilities, and the physical aspect as well, mate. Not to forget.
Oh, without a doubt, mate. Without a doubt, you know. In the midfield, and as much as I think Diamondi's energy, you know, you had Baron, Diamondi, and Asgard, mate. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, young Baron's got to do a lot of graft, didn't he?
Aye, he does, mate. He's just going to find it tough to get back in the side, but he'll certainly play his part. Hopefully we do see some of it this season, but he'll still be a good player to have. I know he's different in terms of the physical aspect, but he does a lot of groundwork, covers the ground well, tracks back, he gets stuck in. It'll be a good, I don't want to say a squad player, because I don't think that's his level, to be honest with you, mate, but the way Chukwani's settled in, Raskin's starting to show a wee bit more at times. You're leaving out Diamondi for a game like this as well, then you would wonder where does Barron kind of come into that fold. But it's options, mate. It's options in the middle of the park that we've got, and I'm sure we'll add to in the summer. But first and foremost, it's the players that are here today. they've got to do the business.
Aye. I was just quite surprised. I wouldn't have been able to name that team, mate. I wouldn't have had Majowski starting. I don't know why, but it made perfect sense because Charavanti was the fit at the start, but I couldn't remember it. I think he just made his debut then. Was it his debut against them? Was that his debut?
Trying to remember. Could be. If not, it was the following week, I think, mate.
It was, mate. That was his debut. 31st of August, mate. 31st of August.
And he's kicked on a wee bit. He's got some big goals, and I think for Chamiti, mate, the fact that you get a double against them the last time we played them across the city, I'm sure he's going to take confidence into that. And if he can get a goal of the day, then you kind of say the big man doesn't turn up in big games.
Oh, mate, if he scores a day and his numbers start to improve, you know, you look at him differently since he came in the team, and you'll look at him so different, if particularly big goals, and if you get winners, you know, they become double goals, if you know what I mean. You know, to score 2 in a 5-0 win, you know, if you get the fourth and the fifth, if you get the winner in a big game, mate, 3 goals are worth 2, you know. That makes sense.
It does, mate. It does. And I've said before, I think we'll see more from Chamiti in terms of a better player when he is with a strike partnership, and I think that will be with Nadiri. Obviously, today that is the case. I think Nadiri's movement will allow Chamiti to not do a lot of the groundwork that he's done previously when he's played as a lone striker. He'll have the time to get himself in the right positions, which against Hearts we've seen that he was able to. And obviously Nadiri played that game as well. So I think we'll see a better player out of Chamiti. I still think he's got to improve his finishing, Ox, but I think we'll see a better player when he's playing as a partnership.
Aye. See, sometimes in a finishing, mate, you need a bit of luck, yeah? You know, how many times have you seen a guy run through and he puts it through goalie's legs? Do you think people mean that? How many people think they mean that, or they just try and put their foot through it and see where it goes, and lo and behold, it goes through the legs, yeah?
You need luck in every game. Always in this game as well. You want a bit of luck as well to go your way, and you'll take it. We'll take a bit of luck all day long today, mate. Whether that's a lucky own goal, a lucky decision by the referee, whatever you want to call it, we'll take it all day long, mate. As long as it gets us the 3 points, we'll be more than welcome.
Aye. We're due a bit of luck and all, mate, eh?
Aye, we're right there, so, mate. We certainly do require some luck at times, but I'm confident enough, mate, that the team that's been picked can go and do the job without the luck. And if we can get a couple of goals, I know any victory in the day, mate, is what's the most important, because it's 3 points. But if we can get a couple of goals in the game and win comfortably, then it puts a real kind of marker and statement down, not just in terms of the league, but psychologically as well, making it into next week. But first and foremost, 3 points today, and send them back across the road.
I just want to win, mate. I don't care about any messages. I don't care about next week. I just want to win, mate. Yeah. You know, performance would and goals would be fantastic, but these games are just about winning, mate. These games are about getting people getting into their work tomorrow. Bouncing into their work. Well, their head might be bouncing, but they're bouncing as well, yeah.
Aye, it always is, mate. After these games, you want to be getting away the bragging rights, and arguably it's probably the biggest fixture this season, the biggest fixture against them in a long time of what's at stake, mate, in terms of the title race, how the table's sitting, running for home, as you say. This could put a bit of breathing space between them. I know they've got a game in hand, but I'd rather have points in the board than a game in hand, mate. So let's go and get a victory today, mate, by any means.
Aye. Well, listen, I'd like goals and I like performance, yeah. All these things would be good. But I just want to win the game and move on, mate. Get it behind us and move on. Tick in the box. You know, who's going to be the big players for you today, mate?
I think Raskin and Chukwani, mate. See, because they're set up as a 2 against their 3, I think we need to see them being quite disciplined. But also the defensive work are Scott Wilson and Mikey Moore, because they've obviously got the setup as a 4-3-3. So you need to cut out any space. So I think the midfield, if they control it, they're disciplined, they dictate the speed, the tempo, the ball recovery, getting it forward quick. into the likes of Moore, Scove-Olsen, Nadiri, then for me that's where the game's won. That middle of the park battle, discipline. Yourself?
I usually in these games, if you win the midfield, you win the game, mate. Not always, not always, but usually. I just don't want no errors, mate. No silly errors, which we've been prone to at times. I think for us to win the game, it's got to be somebody in my final third's got to play well. So I'm gonna go with Narderi today, just because I think it'd be good if his song was belting out, mate. Yeah.
Aye, certainly would be. Certainly would be. A great occasion for him as well. We obviously want to show what he can do in this fixture. All players will. All players will want to stand up today and make a name for themselves. But as a striker, you want to grab the goals, grab the headlines.
Aye.
His name is Ryan Naderi. He stands at 6'4", and when he scores, you will hear us roar. We love Naderi's goals. His name is Ryan Naderi. He stands at 6'4". And when he scores, you will hear us roar. We love Naderi's goal.
Brilliant. Brilliant. That Fox is a man and a half, isn't he?
Oh, he is. It's a great wee tune. Instantly became a fan favourite, mate. Instantly. And I'm
Do you
hoping.
think that's you made it? You get a tune? Do you think that's what counts? Yeah.
Well, I think if you get a tune, you're certainly liked. Danny Rowe had a tune and he hadn't even finished a game yet, and it took another person before him. Never had a tune. So other than a certain chant that we kind of say live on air, I don't think that counts.
Aye. Just quickly, our ex-manager, the last manager we had, Philip Clement. See what I done there?
Mhm.
Right. He's doing well. Norwich City, form team, maybe arguably in that league.
He's doing a good job, mate. He's doing a good job. I know things up here, he had a lot of factors surrounding what he had to handle, mate. I quite liked Philip Clement. I thought he was quite a good manager, if I was being honest. I know he had results that didn't sit right, and obviously the Queen's Park one's the biggest standout of that, mate. But I liked what he was trying to do with the squad. I just think there was a lot of stuff that he had to deal with that it wasn't fair on him at the time. There was a lot of stuff happening kind of behind the scenes, and he was a vocal point. And obviously some results went against him, and ultimately they changed manager. But yes, he's doing well with Norwich, and a likeable guy as well, Big Clement. Very likeable.
I wish him all the best, mate. Wish him all the best. I think you'd have. Well, let's say had to go, mate. The Queen's Park one, got it so rang. That was it. And because we were in one of the greatest form away from him at that time as well, so he just couldn't get it quite right. But it'd been interesting to see how he'd have went with the support from the new board. It would have been interesting, but it's gone now, and you just have to move on. I've got Danny Rowe on. He seems to have a bond as well with the support, mate. Would that be fair?
Oh, it's been instant, Ox. You go back to the night away in Bran, his first game. The connection they had with the support before the game, during the game, after the game, even in defeat. The fans have took to him, and he's took to the fans. He's embracing it, and he's enjoying himself with the support. He was certainly doing that last night. But I think he's said the same message. He wanted the fans back on board. He's seen how disjointed it was, and that was the first thing that he managed to do, was get the fans back on the team side. Obviously had to win games to do that, which he did do, and he's still doing. Yes, we've had blips and moments where we've not capitalised, but listen, the job he's done from where we were to now, to be back in position, even talking about title races, he deserves a massive amount of credit. And I think the fans have really bought into how quickly he's turned it around, and are all thinking, well, if that's by a 13-point deficit, what could it be like next season when we start level 1 points with everybody? We'll soon see.
You mentioned pace and power there. I know he was here, but we never seen much of him. Fernandez, Sterling, Romans as defenders. and then you've got Tucci in the middle, and then you've got Nadiri, and you've got Chirmitty up front, mate. You know, and as we said, Mahiki Moore's no small, but that's a bit average now for even Olsen 6'2". You know, but I don't know how physical he is. But set pieces, mate, we put them up. We put Sterling forward. We put Suter forward. We put Fernandes forward. It used to be a time against them that we were worried or didn't think we had a threat, mate. The pendulum swung a wee bit.
It has Ox, but it's alright having the players. It's all about as well the delivery. We've seen against Livingston, the deliveries weren't great. Against Motherwell, they weren't really great either. If you get a delivery and we've got the personnel there who can attack a ball, one thing I will say about set pieces though is not from the attacking side, but defensively, I would still like to see us leave somebody up the park, somebody like Mikey Moore, just leave somebody up the park to leave some back and have them worried. Mikey Moore or Scove Olsen for me would, I can understand, maybe not as much Scove Olsen because of his height. He's a bit taller than Mikey Moore, but Mikey Moore with that drive, I'd leave him up at the halfway line, mate. And if the ball's caught by Butland or cleared, then we've got a quick break on. We've seen it against Bigasama. He wasn't exactly back up the park, but you can see how quickly he could break. I think Moore could do that as well. So I'd like to see is just leave somebody up, just give them something to think about and how many they actually send forward.
I don't like it, mate. I don't like it, you know. I don't see what Gassama and guys like that bring to your defensive setup. You know, I would have them maybe I would have at least one or two edge of the box and one further forward, mate. Maybe when you're actually taking the other team's taking the delivery, you maybe 30, 40 yards for goal, moving to the halfway line. I think it was Chelsea done it against Arsenal, wasn't it? They stood with three up front, mate, yeah?
Yep, they did.
With three up front and changed the setup, yeah? You know, they had to keep four back. So you then have to shovel all your team if you want to put your defence up, mate, yeah?
Exactly. It just it throws a bit of doubt into how they approach their set pieces. I don't think, if you look at their lineup, I don't think they're great in height. I've kind of really picked out somebody there who'd be a real target danger man from a set piece, if I'm honest. I think if Trusty was playing, then you'd have maybe said he's probably the one they would look for at set pieces. But out of the lineup today, I couldn't pick who's going to be the one you would need to watch out for. Whereas we have a bundle of players who can be threats defensively as well as attacking. So it could be a big part of the game, mate. And looking at it on the team sheets, we certainly have the stronger side in terms of set pieces, but the delivery has to be right.
Everything seemed to go to the back post against Livingston when everybody was at the front post. I couldn't understand it, mate. Yeah.
Yep. You look at your takers for that day, Ox. It was Scove Olsen and I think Tavernier was taking the corners. So today you look at the lineup, you'd imagine Scove Olsen possibly on the left, and whether Mikey Moore puts a few balls in or not. But it'd be interesting to see who is on the set pieces.
Do you think Romans could go to the right hand side with his fit?
I would. I certainly would, mate. If I'm being honest, I certainly would. Natural left footer in swinging, put it on top of their keeper who needs to be tested as well. Let's not be missing that point. He'll need to be tested because you've not known what he's like, really. He's not played in this fixture before either, so the conditions as well, Ox. It's a wet surface, the rain's coming down at Ibrox, get the ball on top of the keeper, make it difficult for them. So Romans in swinger all day for me. I don't like out swingers, always in swingers for me.
Aye, that corridor between just outside the 6 yard box, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, it takes a goalie. Well, they can come, but it's a gamble, isn't it?
Aye, it is. It's a gamble. As I said, we've got physical presence in there who, even Raskin, you could find Raskin into the mix, mate, because I know he's smaller than the guys in the park, but he's good in the air. He's got a few goals with the head, and you know where he always goes the front post. I think that's one of the things that I know we've touched on. The strikers are usually at the back post. Maybe that's for the second ball, and that's where goals have came from before with Nadiri and Chirmitty. So it's clearly something that's been worked on with Raskin at the front post for any flick-ons or second balls off the defenders or keeper. The strikers at the back post into an empty net. But variation as well, Ox, is a good thing to see for corners for me. Not always putting it in, going short, mixing up a little bit, playing it to the edge, different angles. Certainly like to see how we approach the set pieces as well.
Big part of the game, mate.
It is a big part. Obviously, only Hearts have scored more goals from set pieces than us in the league this season, I believe. And a lot of that is down to since Scott Fry came into the club. As I said, I still think there's still things we can improve on in terms of leaving guys up the park just to be more effective in transitions from set pieces, but scoring aspects are certainly more threat than what we were of previous years, that's for sure.
When you look at that team, when we looked at back in August, mate, very little.
Aye, very, very little. Very little. Whereas now you've got 5 or 6 players who are all threats. Big Fernandez is obviously the standout there. He's got the goals as well, but Naderi, Chamiti, they'll be keen to show their aerial aspects.
Tucci, Suter, Sterling, and then Raskin.
Aye, they're certainly put it on ahead and even just put it in an area. Don't even pick a man out. Put it in an area and let somebody attack it. Sometimes that's when you find that it's more effective. See, when you try and pick somebody out directly from a corner, 9 out of 10 times you're not going to get it pinpoint to the head. Stick it in an area, let them go attack it. And I said I don't think their backline particularly doesn't look very aerial ability, and I don't think across the park they've got much threat in the air, if I'm being honest, mate.
Aye. If Raskin can play well today, mate, we win, yeah?
I think if they all play well today, mate, we win. I don't think it's just down to one player. Raskin's distribution, we know what it's like. It's not always the greatest. As I said, I think for me, him and Chukwani are the key for that midfield battle, the composure, the ball recovery, and just that engine room. I know you're saying earlier that normally you win the midfield battle, you win the game. This game can be different, but for me, both of them are key. And if Raskin can play like the way Raskin can play, and we know he can play, then we'll certainly have a lot better chance of controlling and dominating this game from middle to front. The way he played the second half, Fox, against him at Parkhead, that's the kind of Raskin I want to see.
Here, mate. He's just some superb games for his Nico Raskin. He's some real ordinary games as well, mate. When it's the ordinaries came for his distribution, mate, you know. When he gets it right, he steals the ball and he runs and makes things happen. He just looks as if you can't play without him. When he's got too much time with the ball and he thinks he can spray the ball about, mate, and that's not his strength, mate. That's not his strength, you know.
No, it's not. And obviously, when you're playing as a 2 as well, we can't be that attacking minded as well. That's why I keep saying discipline today. Him and Chukwani, you can't go wandering up the park and going out different positions, trying to force things and do things himself. He needs to play disciplined. But if he can get the ball moving quickly, finding men who can carry the ball, who can drive with the ball, then his job's done. And then defensively, we know what he's like. He gets stuck in, recover the ball, and then just go on the counter. And if he gets the pass right, then we're away up the park.
Yeah, last word for your good self.
Aye, good show, mate. Good for having me on. As always, appreciate it. The nerves are certainly there, that's for sure. But confident as well, mate. I think any victory, I'm not going to say any score today, mate, because any victory I will take, even a bridge man, I will take. 3 points. Of course, I'd like to see some goals in the game for us, just to really put it to them. But 3 points, I will take all day, mate.
Yep, I get that, mate. Any victory for the Rangers will do me all day long. I hope that everybody enjoys the game so much that we're all celebrating after a famous Rangers victory at Ibrox Park. Thanks to Cal for joining us. Thanks to your good self, Robert. Thanks to Fox and Old School Blue, who sounded really chirpy this morning, I must admit. I don't know if you picked up on that, the two of them.
He certainly sounded a lot chippier than I did.
Right. Thanks to them for doing the show. Thanks to everybody for listening. We'll be back 15 minutes after the final whistle, celebrating the Rangers victory. Take it away, Old School Blue. Come on, the Rangers.
Talk to me of glory's past, of the famous FC. Na 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 na.